25 years ago tonight, fear really settled into a family in Shelby. Harold and Asha Degree's little 9-year-old girl just hours earlier had been reported missing. She wasn't the type to run away, to take risks, yet for some reason still unknown, she grabbed her book bag and left her bedroom and her house in the middle of the night. It's a disappearance still unsolved, a mystery her parents live with every single day. For 25 years, someone who traveled this road, who has been through this town, has kept a secret. Are you convinced someone still living in this town has the answer?
Yes.
It's hard to believe somebody can keep that to themselves for 25 years and not tell somebody, you know. It's hard to believe that if, I don't know if they got kids or don't have kids, but if they got kids or nieces and nephews, like they would have been come forward.
Asha and Harold Degree have had to live with the burden, a quarter century of not knowing what happened to their little girl. So if someone in this county knows what happened, Asha, they may be watching tonight. What would you say to them?
Why not just tell the truth? What are you gaining from this? You see the pain, you see the stress every year.
This all started Valentine's Day morning 2000. Asha went to wake her children for school. Asha wasn't in bed. She and her book bag were gone. I think any parent can relate to maybe losing sight of your child for a few minutes and that panic that sets in just in that. Take me back even those first few hours. What was that like?
Oh goodness, I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off when I realized she wasn't in the house. She got to be across the road because my mother-in-law stayed across the road. And then when she wasn't there, she got to be at my sister-in-law's. Then when she wasn't there, then that's when the panic kicked in, okay?
So you assumed this would be just a short-term thing. She just walked off somewhere and you'd find her at a relative's or a neighbor's or a friend's house.
Or got scared after she left that, okay, now I need to go back home and I know I'm in trouble. Never would have imagined that 25 years later, no.
Yeah.
We've missed her whole life. Never would imagine that.
Left, up top!
In those early hours, searches started. A community prayed, and detectives started investigating. But clues were just hard to come by. There were reports she was seen walking the highway near her home. She may have gotten into a car. It took months to find something tangible. Asha's backpack was discovered in a wooded area of Burke County. That's the thing, if that phone rings, you don't know what's gonna be said on the other end.
No.
That's just gotta gnaw at you.
Every time it rang, it was like, okay. It's like the whole house would just get quiet.
Even now, 25 years later, every time that phone rings, what pops into your head?
Yeah. Or anytime y'all call, it's like, oh God, what's going on?
But then things would go quiet for long stretches.
Oh, that's where our faith come in. That regardless of what the Cleveland County Sheriff Department of the FBI is doing, I don't have faith in them. I have faith in God. And I pray every day is that He's allowing them to do their job.
Compounding the agony of all these years have been the whispers and the suspicions that family was somehow involved.
Every time something going on, they want to blame my husband for it. And that's the part that makes you want to strangle people. And like I tell anybody, if I thought he had anything to do with our child missing, I'd have been in jail a long time ago, and he'd been dead.
Harold, do you feel the side eyes, you know, from people?
Like what people say, they got a right to say if they want to think, they got their own opinions. Just try not to, you know, retaliate.
The investigation would pop back into the spotlight in September. A search warrant was executed at a property owned by a man named Roy Deadman. The property belonged to Roy Deadman. Do you know the family? No clue who this was?
Never heard of him to that day.
Things were collected, taken away, replaced with more rumors.
Didn't dawn on me, but it was people literally sitting on pickups with lawn chairs and their cell phones on this side of the road. It's just like, okay, people, stop.
Movement, but still no progress in the one question lingering for now 25 years. Where is Asha?
You look at her classmates that's grown up, that we're still part of their life. And then that's when you realize what you missed. The weddings, they're having children now, and you realize all of that. And that's when you realize, that's when I realized what I missed out on. But I thank God for the 9 years that we did get to have her. She's the first thing I think of when I get up in the morning, and the last thing I think of when I go to bed. We never forget. I will never forget as long as I draw breath.
Their strength is incredible, and you can find all of our past reporting on WBTV.com. Right now we have an interactive map that shows you all the locations relative to her disappearance. You can click through all of the clues and where investigators found them in this article on WBTV.com. All right.